Why was everyone running like the world was ending? And why did the government start bombing its own people? One day, a woman saw her neighbor freaking out, packing like he was running from something. She and her husband stepped outside, and the neighbor looked at them like he saw a monster. Terrified, they walked out onto the street, and the whole neighborhood was running like crazy. Something was seriously wrong. Nick didn't wait. He grabbed his family and got in the car. Helicopters flew overhead. Emergency alerts told people to go home. But then, boom, a boulder smashed into their car. When they looked up, they saw two fighter jets roaring across the mountaintop, heading straight for the city. And then they dropped bombs. People who actually listened and went back home in seconds burned to ashes. The city was on fire, and now the same fighter jets turned around and were flying back towards them. That's when Nick realized the government wasn't here to protect them anymore. Anna spotted an old water tower up on the hill and ran toward it with the family. Suddenly, another wave of bombing began. They ran, barely making it to an old abandoned school. There was a basement underneath, hidden and locked away. They shut the door and hid inside. There were only a few old, expired canned foods lying around. That was all they had to survive on, but the real horror began at night. Suddenly, the door rattled hard. The metal chains started to snap. Anna rushed up to hold the chain. Nick jammed a pipe through the door to block it. The door cracked open, and they saw it, a glowing green eye. Without a second thought, Nick drove a metal rod straight into it. The creature backed off, but now they knew their hiding place had been discovered. A little while later, footsteps on the roof of the basement. Then, bam! The door broke down. Hundreds of glowing eyes stared at them. Nick grabbed his family and ran to the storage room. They burned curtains, pushed cabinets, anything to block the way. That's when their daughter noticed the air vent. Nick broke the wooden boards. First, he pushed Anna up, then their daughter. Now, it was just Nick down there, and at the door, they were waiting for him. What happened next? Did Nick survive? For more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to this